Ever found yourself lost in a whirlpool of thoughts, unable to think clearly? Well, buckle up because you're about to embark on a journey into the world of Stoicism that will clear the fog. This video unravels 6 Stoic lessons on how to think clearly that will not only declutter your mind but also enhance your decision-making process. By understanding and applying these lessons, you'll gain control over your thoughts, emotions, and ultimately, your life. From embracing the unpredictability of life to constant self-improvement, these lessons are a treasure trove waiting to be explored. So, why wait? Dive in now and transform your life, one Stoic lesson at a time. And remember, if you find this video helpful, be sure to hit that subscribe button for more enlightening content. Stay stoic, keep an open mind, and make sure to watch till the end, because you won't want to miss what's in store. Lesson 1. Understanding the dichotomy of control. In the world of Stoicism, one of the fundamental lessons for clear thinking is understanding the dichotomy of control. This concept revolves around recognizing that there are aspects of life that we have control over, and others that are beyond our influence. By focusing our attention and energy on what we can control, we can cultivate a sense of inner tranquility and clarity. Imagine a ship sailing through stormy seas. The captain cannot control the weather, the strength of the waves, or the direction of the wind. However, the captain does have control over navigating the ship, adjusting the sails, and making decisions to ensure the safety of the crew and passengers. Similarly, in our own lives, we are faced with circumstances that are often outside of our control. We cannot control the actions of others, the outcomes of events, or even the passage of time. By accepting this dichotomy of control, we free ourselves from unnecessary stress, anxiety, and frustration. We learn to focus our attention on the things that truly matter and that we have the power to influence. For example, let's say you're preparing for an important job interview. You can control how well you research the company, how thoroughly you practice your responses, and how confidently you present yourself. However, you cannot control the impression the interviewer will have of you or whether they will ultimately offer you the job. To illustrate this further, consider a student studying for an exam. The student can control how much time they dedicate to studying, the resources they use, and the effort they put into understanding the material. However, they cannot control the specific questions that will be asked on the exam or the grading criteria set by the professor. By focusing on what they can control, their preparation, the student can approach the exam with a clear mind and do their best, regardless of the outcome. Understanding the dichotomy of control allows us to let go of the unnecessary burdens of trying to control the uncontrollable. It encourages us to redirect our energy towards our thoughts, attitudes, and actions, which are within our realm of control. By doing so, we become more resilient, adaptable, and at peace with the world around us. Real-life example. Imagine you are planning an outdoor event, such as a picnic or a family gathering. As much as you would like to control the weather, you simply can't. You can, however, control how well you prepare for the event. You can choose a suitable location, arrange for a backup plan in case of bad weather, and ensure you have all the necessary supplies and arrangements in place. On the day of the event, if it starts raining unexpectedly, instead of becoming overwhelmed or frustrated, you can calmly adapt to the situation by moving the gathering indoors or finding an alternative solution. By focusing on what you can control, preparation and adaptability, you can think clearly and make the best of the circumstances presented to you. In conclusion, understanding the dichotomy of control is a powerful lesson for clear thinking. It reminds us to direct our attention and efforts towards what we can control, enabling us to think more clearly, make better decisions, and find peace amidst the uncertainties of life. So, embrace this Stoic lesson and start focusing on what truly matters, your own thoughts, actions, and attitudes. Stay tuned for the next lesson, and remember, clarity of thought leads to a life of wisdom and tranquility. Lesson 2. Practicing objectivity. In the pursuit of clear thinking, practicing objectivity plays a crucial role in the Stoic philosophy. It involves viewing the world and events around us without being clouded by personal judgments or emotions. By cultivating objectivity, we can gain a more accurate understanding of reality and make better informed decisions. When faced with a situation, our initial reactions are often influenced by our biases, assumptions, and emotions. These subjective filters can distort our perception and lead to hasty judgments or irrational decisions. However, by adopting an objective mindset, we can rise above these biases and see things as they truly are. To cultivate objectivity, the Stoics emphasize the importance of pausing and taking a step back before reacting. This allows us to assess the situation more objectively and consider alternative perspectives. By doing so, we can avoid knee-jerk reactions and make more rational choices. Let's consider a real-life example to illustrate the practice of objectivity. Imagine a colleague at work consistently makes critical remarks about your ideas during team meetings. Initially, your emotions might get the better of you, fueling a defensive response or even resentment towards your colleague. However, by practicing objectivity, you can approach the situation in a more rational manner. Instead of immediately assuming ill intentions or taking the comments personally, you pause and consider alternative perspectives. Perhaps your colleague has a different communication style or is genuinely trying to improve the ideas being presented. By reframing the situation objectively, you can detach yourself from the emotional response and engage in a more constructive dialogue. Through objectivity, you open the door to understanding and empathy. By considering other viewpoints, you broaden your perspective and enhance your ability to communicate effectively. Objectivity allows you to separate the person from their actions, making it easier to find common ground and work towards solutions rather than engaging in conflicts fueled by personal biases. Furthermore, practicing objectivity enables you to navigate emotionally charged situations with more composure. By maintaining a calm and objective mindset, you can respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. This not only fosters healthier relationships but also helps you avoid unnecessary stress and conflict. In conclusion, the practice of objectivity is a powerful tool for clear thinking. By setting aside personal biases and emotions, we can gain a more accurate understanding of the world around us. Through objectivity, we open ourselves up to alternative perspectives, foster empathy, and make more rational decisions. So, the next time you find yourself caught up in a situation, take a step back, embrace objectivity, and watch as your clarity of thought improves, leading to wiser choices and a more fulfilling life. Lesson 3. Embracing negative visualization. One powerful Stoic lesson on how to think clearly is the practice of negative visualization. It involves deliberately envisioning worst-case scenarios or the loss of things we value in order to cultivate gratitude, resilience, and a balanced perspective. While this may seem counterintuitive, the Stoics believe that by mentally preparing ourselves for adversity, we can better appreciate what we have and reduce the impact of negative events in our lives. In our modern society, we often take things for granted. We become so accustomed to the comforts and privileges we enjoy that we forget how easily they can be taken away. Negative visualization helps us recognize the transient nature of our possessions, relationships, and circumstances, allowing us to find contentment in the present moment. To illustrate the power of negative visualization, let's consider a common scenario: owning a car. Imagine waking up one morning to find your car stolen or irreparably damaged. The initial shock and frustration would be overwhelming. However, by practicing negative visualization, you can mentally prepare for this possibility. You can imagine the absence of your car and the inconveniences that would arise, having to rely on public transportation or finding alternative means of transportation. By doing so, you gain a new perspective on the value and convenience your car provides. Moreover, negative visualization allows us to appreciate what we have more deeply. Picture yourself sitting in your car, feeling the comfort of the seats, the smoothness of the ride, and the freedom it grants you to go wherever you please. By contemplating the loss of your car, you can experience a renewed sense of gratitude for its presence in your life. Furthermore, negative visualization builds resilience. Stoics understood that life is unpredictable and filled with hardships. By mentally preparing ourselves for adversity, we become better equipped to handle setbacks and challenges when they inevitably arise. Rather than being caught off guard and overwhelmed, we can approach difficulties with a sense of composure and acceptance. This mindset enables us to adapt and find solutions more effectively. By incorporating negative visualization into our lives, we can also develop a healthier relationship with material possessions. In a consumer-driven society, it's easy to become attached to material things. When we constantly crave more and strive for endless accumulation, we often lose sight of what truly matters. Negative visualization reminds us that possessions are temporary and not the source of our happiness. This realization frees us from the burden of excessive desire and allows us to focus on what truly brings us fulfillment. In summary, negative visualization is a powerful tool for cultivating gratitude, resilience, and a balanced perspective. By mentally preparing ourselves for adversity, we can appreciate what we have, find contentment in the present moment, and develop the strength to navigate life's challenges. So, the next time you find yourself taking something for granted, take a moment to practice negative visualization. Imagine its absence and allow yourself to truly appreciate its presence. Remember, it is through embracing the worst-case scenarios that we can find clarity, gratitude, and a stoic mindset in our lives. Lesson 4. Practicing dispassionate logic. In the pursuit of clear thinking, Stoics emphasize the importance of making decisions based on logic and reason rather than being swayed by our emotions. This lesson encourages us to detach ourselves from our immediate feelings and assess situations objectively. When we allow our emotions to control our thoughts, we often make hasty and irrational decisions. By practicing dispassionate logic, we can rise above our emotions and make choices that align with our long-term goals and values. Imagine a scenario where you receive an unexpected promotion at work. Your immediate emotional response might be excitement and joy. However, a Stoic approach would involve taking a step back and analyzing the situation objectively. Consider factors such as whether the promotion aligns with your long-term career goals, whether it offers the desired work-life balance, or if it involves additional responsibilities that could lead to increased stress levels. By evaluating the promotion logically, you can make an informed decision rather than being solely driven by your initial emotional response. Perhaps you realize that the promotion doesn't align with your long-term goals, or it requires sacrifices that you're not willing to make. In this case, you might choose to decline the promotion and seek opportunities that are more aligned with your values and aspirations. Let's take a real-life example to further illustrate the importance of dispassionate logic. Imagine you're planning a vacation with friends, and they propose going to a destination that you've always dreamed of visiting. Your immediate emotional response might be an overwhelming desire to say yes, fueled by excitement and anticipation. However, a Stoic approach would involve taking a step back and applying logic to your decision-making process. Consider factors such as your current financial situation, your work commitments, and the potential impact on your overall well-being. By objectively evaluating these factors, you may realize that taking an expensive vacation during a busy period at work could lead to financial stress and jeopardize your professional commitments. In this scenario, practicing dispassionate logic would lead you to have an honest conversation with your friends, explaining your circumstances and suggesting alternative options that are more feasible and aligned with your current priorities. This approach not only helps you make a decision that benefits your overall well-being but also fosters open and transparent communication with your friends. By consistently practicing dispassionate logic, you can develop a more rational and balanced approach to decision-making, leading to better outcomes and reduced regrets. It allows you to detach yourself from immediate emotional reactions and analyze situations from a more objective standpoint. So, dear viewers, the next time you find yourself faced with a decision, remember the importance of practicing dispassionate logic. Take a step back, assess the situation objectively, and make choices that align with your long-term goals and values. By incorporating this Stoic lesson into your life, you'll notice a significant improvement in your clarity of thought and your ability to make sound decisions. And if you found this lesson valuable, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join our community and explore more Stoic wisdom. Stay tuned for the remaining lessons and stay Stoic in your pursuit of clear thinking. Lesson 5. Living in accordance with nature. Living in accordance with nature is a fundamental principle of Stoicism. It involves accepting things as they are, recognizing the natural order of the world, and aligning our thoughts and actions with this understanding. By embracing this lesson, we can find inner peace, reduce unnecessary suffering, and live a more fulfilling life. In Stoic philosophy, nature is seen as a harmonious and rational force that governs the universe. It operates according to its own laws and principles, which are beyond our control. This means that we should not waste our energy and emotions trying to fight against the natural flow of life. Instead, we should learn to work with it and accept it as it is. For example, consider the aging process. It is a natural part of life, and everyone goes through it. Instead of resisting or lamenting the signs of aging, Stoics encourage us to embrace it as a natural progression. By accepting this reality, we can focus on the things within our control, such as maintaining a healthy lifestyle, nurturing relationships, and finding fulfillment in our individual journeys. To illustrate this further, let's consider the example of a person who is facing a career setback. They had high expectations of getting a promotion, but it didn't materialize. In such a situation, a Stoic would remind themselves to live in accordance with nature. They would recognize that the outcome of the promotion was not solely within their control, as it depended on various factors such as company policies, competition, and other external circumstances. Instead of dwelling on disappointment or blaming themselves, the Stoic would accept the situation as it is and focus on what they can control. They might choose to learn from the experience, improve their skills, and seek opportunities for personal growth. By aligning their actions with the natural order of things, they can navigate the setback with resilience and make the best of the circumstances. Furthermore, living in accordance with nature also means understanding and accepting the impermanence of everything around us. Change is an inherent part of life, and nothing remains the same forever. By acknowledging this reality, we can let go of attachments and reduce suffering caused by the fear of loss. For instance, let's imagine a person who has built a successful business. They have poured their heart and soul into it, and it has become their identity. However, due to unforeseen circumstances, the business starts to decline, and they face the possibility of losing everything. In this situation, a Stoic would remind themselves of the impermanence of external possessions and their ultimate lack of control over them. By embracing the concept of living in accordance with nature, the Stoic would detach their sense of self-worth from the business and focus on their internal virtues and values. They would adapt to the changing circumstances, seek alternative opportunities, and use the experience as a chance for personal growth. Through this mindset shift, they can maintain their inner peace and resilience, regardless of the external outcomes. In conclusion, living in accordance with nature is a profound Stoic lesson that urges us to accept the natural order of the world and align our thoughts and actions accordingly. By embracing this principle, we can find tranquility, reduce unnecessary suffering, and navigate life's challenges with resilience and wisdom. Whether it's accepting the aging process, adapting to setbacks, or letting go of attachments, living in accordance with nature allows us to live a more fulfilling and authentic life. So, let's embrace this timeless wisdom and strive to align ourselves with the natural flow of the universe. Lesson 6. Constant self-improvement. In the journey of Stoicism, constant self-improvement holds a significant place. Stoics believe that knowledge is an ongoing process, and it is our duty to continuously strive for personal growth and understanding. This lesson encourages us to seek knowledge, refine our skills, and expand our perspectives throughout our lives. To fully comprehend the depth of this lesson, let's delve into an example. Imagine you have a fear of public speaking. It's an all too common fear that can hinder personal and professional growth. Stoicism suggests that instead of avoiding or succumbing to this fear, we should embrace it as an opportunity for self-improvement. By facing our fears head-on, we can develop valuable skills, increase our confidence, and enhance our ability to communicate effectively. Let's witness the application of this Stoic lesson in the life of John, a young professional who struggles with public speaking. John understands that his fear is holding him back from reaching his full potential. He decides to take a proactive approach and enrolls in a public speaking course. Initially, he feels anxious and doubtful, but he remains committed to his journey of self-improvement. During the course, John learns various techniques, such as proper breathing exercises, body language, and structuring a compelling speech. He practices these techniques diligently, seeking feedback and continuously refining his skills. With each presentation, he gains more confidence and gradually overcomes his fear. Months later, John is invited to give a keynote speech at a professional conference. In the past, this opportunity would have sent him into a state of panic and self-doubt. However, armed with the Stoic principle of constant self-improvement, he embraces the challenge. John prepares meticulously, applying the skills he honed in his public speaking course. On the day of the conference, as John steps onto the stage, he feels a mix of nerves and excitement. He reminds himself that the outcome is not entirely within his control, but rather, his focus should be on delivering a well-prepared speech to the best of his ability. John takes a deep breath and confidently begins his presentation. Despite a few nerves, John's speech is a resounding success. He effectively communicates his message, engages the audience, and receives praise for his confident delivery. The experience not only boosts his professional reputation but also instills a newfound sense of self-assurance. This real-life example demonstrates the transformative power of constant self-improvement. By embracing challenges, seeking knowledge, and refining our skills, we can overcome obstacles that once seemed insurmountable. The Stoic principle of constant self-improvement reminds us that we are never done learning and growing. It encourages us to step outside our comfort zones, take risks, and continuously strive to become the best versions of ourselves. So, my fellow seekers of clarity, remember to apply this lesson in your own life. Identify areas where you can improve, whether it's learning a new skill, overcoming a fear, or expanding your knowledge. Embrace the discomfort that comes with growth, and trust in the process. By doing so, you will unlock your true potential and lead a life of continuous self-improvement. Stay stoic, my friends, and never stop seeking knowledge and growth.